Respected youth and female delegation to the International Conference of Asia Political Parties, it is an honor to speak to you today. I would especially like to thank the new Azerbaijan party for hosting this meaningful event. On behalf of ruling Democratic Party of Korea, please allow me to express my wholehearted gratitude for the opportunity to deliver a speech to the member of ICAPP, the youth wing. I appreciate your effort in promoting cooperation among the women and youth. Recently, the political and social environment surrounding East Asia have become increasingly complicated. The relationship between Korea and Japan is getting worse, and the anti-extradition bill protests in Hong Kong have become intertwined with the worsening U.S.-China relation. Moreover, even though North Korea have continued dialogue with the U.S., it continued to launch the missile. Countries in Europe founded the European Union and have since cooperated in tackling global issues such as employment, the gap between rich and poor, and climate change after two tragic world wars. We must therefore ask ourselves, why do Asia countries fail to reconcile and cooperate, but instead continue to engage in conflict? We can assume the reason from the life of Kim Bok-dong. Miss Kim, who was born in 1926, was forced into sexual slavery by the Japanese Imperial Army when she was just 14 years old. For 8 years, she suffered under Japanese sex slavery, being dragged to China, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, and other countries. Ms. Kim kept her pain to herself until 1992, when she disclosed it to the public. In 1993, she publicly testified on the issue of Japanese sex slavery at the United Nations Human Rights Council. Since then, she has supported female victims across the world while urging the Japanese government to apologize for their misdeed. For 27 years, she committed herself to improving the human rights of the victim as an activist. Ms. Kim passed away at the age of 93 on January 28th of this year, suddenly without receiving an apology from the Japanese government. She left a note before the passed away. Please keep fighting until you resolve the Japanese sex slavery issue. Now, only 20 of the Japanese sex slavery victims remain living, continue their struggle to urging an official apology from Japan. In our grandparents' generation, the Japanese Imperial Army rampaged all over Asia, invading Korea, China, the Philippines, Indonesia, Taiwan, Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, collecting what they call comfort women in order to sexually abuse them. The past, with its human rights abuse, has become a painful history. In our parents' generation, Asia countries were too busy to look back, recovery from the ashes of war, and punishing industrialization and economic development. Over the year, Germany apologized to its neighbor for its past and gained their trust. However, Japan has rejected this past and rubbed salt into the gaping wounds of its victims. Asia countries have become yet more antagonized. We must end this to open the brighter future in Asia. The young must solve all the problems that have been handed down past generations. Only when the perpetrator apologize and victim accept this apologize, can youth and female leader honestly cooperate and discuss relevant issue. Then we can move forward toward better future. Discussing employment, climate change, gender equality, nuclear threat, and sustainable growth. It is tough for the old generation politicians to pursue this path because they are invested in establishing order and best right. Only the young can do this. The young must do it. I want to remain the young leader here today. We must move beyond the past. We must establish a grand era of reconciled Asia. Let's move toward together. Let's move forward together toward future prosperity. Thank you.